Fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay! Save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of two characters that have known him, what, 20 minutes?
Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go, do I pick up?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am
Well,
I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll...
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies. And I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history.
And as always, may the Force be with you.
I'm kind of retarded.
Fade in.
What's up, all my Ewok, Shovels, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl. You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all under the same name, as well as my wonderful co-host, Jessi Milestone from Milestone Entertainment. She is on YouTube, Twitter, 17live. Jessi, do you have a Facebook page?
I do. I haven't maintained it in a long time, but I do. It exists.
You know what's funny? I get a lot of my traffic for notification, or like I post my videos there and people come there. Like, that's the only reason why I keep it, because I have
I used to be so good about that. I used to do everyone to Twitter and Facebook, and I just fell off of Facebook, doing it on Facebook, and I don't know why. I shouldn't have. You're right. It always drives traffic. So
it does. So if you guys are on any of those, make sure that you follow both of us. I usually have it edited in the description, and I totally spazzed and forgot to add all those in there today, which is why I'm telling you guys now. But make sure that you guys check out our channels and our Twitters and our Instagrams, our Facebooks,
our basements, our bedrooms, our closets.
Yeah, all the places that you guys can find us, because we provide different content on different platforms. So if you guys like us and you guys want to see more, go check us out there. I am actually, get this, Jessi. I'm going to share this photo with you. So I'm going to keep this show kind of fast paced as compared to usual, because guess who started going to the gym? That's right. That's right, me. I'm going to be a terrible person and share a DM real fast because I sent a photo. This is how you know it's a sign, Jessi, that you were meant to go to the gym that day.
Yeah.
Guess what was on the TV screen when I got into the gym and was on the machine?
Was it
if you guessed Henry, you were right.
Well, there you go. There you go. All right, this would be points against Anna for being the one bringing up Henry Cavill today.
I know, but this was actually important.
This was necessary.
Conversation.
This is relevant. This is relevant Cavill content. Highly relevant, and of course, it's a sign. I'm surprised.
They had whatever Mission Impossible movie this is, but with Henry, it was on repeat on like every other TV, and so every room I went into, Henry was there. And I was like, this is a sign that I was meant to start going to the gym again. And
I guess so. I guess so. What brought the decision? What brought upon the decision?
Peaches was going, and I like spending time with him.
Oh,
and also, I'm going to be doing more photo shoots for my upcoming calendars. And one of the ones that I'm going to be working on is a swimsuit calendar. So although I am in shape, I would like to get more in shape.
More swimsuit shape, very reasonable.
I think I am already in swimsuit shape, but I want to take it to the next level because I'm like cosplaying as like superheroes and like fighters and stuff. And I was like, what? I'll get a little toned.
I respect the dedication. I do. I very much do.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always do. So that's cool.
I think I pulled a muscle though.
Oh no!
I was in so much pain, and so I like screamed on one of the machines, and then I was like, "Babe, I can't do this. I'm dying." And he's like, "What did you do?" I was like, "I don't know. It hurt." And they have like massage beds, and so he took a shower, and I laid in the massage bed, and there was a TV in that room, and guess who was on that TV?
Was it Henry?
It was Henry, and so I laid there getting massaged, watching Henry, and Cecil was teasing me about it. But you know what? But so I will 100% be ending the stream at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we got a little under 2 hours to talk about everything that we're going to talk about today. And we got a lot. So Jessi brought up a topic that I totally spaced on. And so we're going to start off with that. So they're trying to push Shang-Chi into the Oscars.
They're pushing it on the grounds that it covers new territory. That the same thing that they pushed when it came out. That it's this somehow they're trying to convince us that this is the very first time that Asians have ever been superheroes or represented in mainstream cinema. Discounting, I don't know, real life superhero Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, famous for doing all of his stunts even into his much later years. I mean, does this Simu Liu guy? Does he know any martial arts? Has he done any martial arts? And this guy, like, he's right. He was the star of Shang-Chi, and he's riding right along with this narrative. If you guys recall, he's very, very happy to take this accolade as being the first Asian superhero. And like, what has he done to earn? It's like it's not even his title to wear. And what has he done to deserve wearing it when all these other men have trained, have taught, have passed on their knowledge to other generations, have worked hard, have busted ass, have busted their bodies in the line of art. And this guy is a puppet for Disney and he thinks he's Mr. Diversity. Like, I don't know. It's this stuff. Do people believe this? Are there people who buy into this?
I saw it and I rolled my eyes. Because I got it pulled up right here. So I woke up and I was scrolling through Twitter as you do. And I'm just like, okay, I get best special effects, best costume, best, I don't know, score. But when I saw it for best picture, I was like, what did not come out this year? Like, when you, a few years ago, when what's his face, that country singer whose name I'm blanking on, won Sexiest Man Alive, and everyone was like, did Jason Momoa die? Did like Brad Pitt die? Did all of these guys die?
Yes, dude. Yes, I hear you. I fucking hear you. It's It is. It feels like that. It feels like a lot of people are taking advantage of a scant year in movies to push all sorts of nonsense, like acting as if Shang-Chi is worthy of even being remotely near the Best Picture conversation. Now, the last time that a Asian movie was considered as breaking grounds in cinema that I can think of outside of Crazy Rich Asians, which I don't think people thought broke grounds. It was just cool and full of Asian
That was just
people.
a funny movie.
Like,
There was
exactly.
Peekaboo's in that movie.
But the thing about one of the last times that I can think of that we were having this Best Picture conversation about an Asian film that was, breaking grounds by bridging cultural barriers was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And if
that
you
was
saw,
a long time ago.
it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute. So it's, the Academy can pat themselves on the back all they fucking want. It's not like their track record speaks for itself. But the point is, I don't know if you ever saw that movie. It's an artsy fartsy movie. Like you may like it, you may not. I thought it was good. I actually, even as a younger person, I thought it was really, really great. But you understand exactly upon watching it why someone would put it in the conversation of, breaking cultural ground and new territories in cinema and markedly a movie that was made.
Oh, they're saying Memoirs of a Geisha.
Oh, that one too. That's a great point as well. That was after. That was after.
That was much after.
Yeah, another one too. In the same, like, Memoirs of a Geisha was like high art drama. I mean, stuff that like it was like justifiable in the categories such as acting and writing, as well as costume and makeup, which is some of the only places that Shang-Chi deserves to be put. And these are different kinds of movies. Like they Last Emperor, that was a great one. They did I mean, these movies, I saw some of these as a kid. I saw The Last Emperor when I was younger. I cried in that movie. Holy shit, I cried. And those movies did that. A movie like actually, as for us, really broke cultural ground in terms of bringing Asian culture to us. Mulan, the animated one, not this new bullshit one. Mulan, fucking that. Wow, that was eye-opening. That taught us something. Shang-Chi, all I learned is that Awkwafina is a psycho driver. That's all I learned from that movie.
So I was gonna make a joke, but I won't.
Yep. Like we already knew.
Yeah, I didn't watch Shang-Chi. I have no interest in watching Shang-Chi. So yeah.
The thing is, like, I actually didn't mind. I had a very Aquaman-esque experience watching it, where I didn't dislike the experience at all, but I could pick apart every flaw in the movie from start to finish. But the second it was done, so I was fine with it. Like, it was fine with it. It was an enjoyable watch, but it was not a good movie. Is how I left it. And then all this shit started coming up around it, and it just made me like it less. I'm like, I don't know. When something's as overrated as, say, Tom Brady, it's like I don't like Tom Brady for a lot of reasons. I can't fucking stand him because of all the undue hype around him. So this shit happens.
Well, I put a poll in the chat, and I said, should Shang-Chi? I didn't space between she and win, but win an Oscar? Yes or no? Do you want to guess what the outcome of that poll was?
I think it's going to be very slanted.
Well, 10% voted yes, and 90% voted no. So there we go. We're going to let the chat with that. So yeah, I think the verdict is, Jessi, do you think it should win an Oscar?
I'm going to go with a big fat fucking no. I don't even think there was anything special effects-wise that was Oscar-worthy in it.
No, even the special effects?
Maybe special effects. Given the year, I'd say special. It is not out of place in the special effects category. Of the Marvel movies, that many of which did let down in that category, that was the least heinous. So it's fine.
Oh, really? Did you watch Black Widow?
Unfortunately.
And which one do you think had better special effects, Black Widow or
Shang-Chi for sure?
Really? Was there even a lot of special effects in whatchamacallit in Black Widow?
There was like explosions. Yeah, they had a sequence when they were breaking Red Guardian out of prison. That was pretty spectacular and fairly well done. But then there was like a basic helicopter crash right after that was so jarringly bad. It's like it erased all the goodwill that the other one did. Yeah, there's some just some icky moments where Shang-Chi like really went for some big creatures in the end too in their magical realm and pulled it off pretty soundly. Not seamlessly, but like it was a coherent world, I guess.
And for our first super chat of the day, hello Russell Hall. With Tifa. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, look at me. I'm a sexy Mario.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a sexy Mario.
Well, did you see what happened with like Tifa and the Italian Senate?
I did not.
Well, so the Italian Senate was doing some kind of thing, and they like streamed their meetings, and it was on something, and instead of having it closed, it was open. So somebody hijacked the Italian Senate and played hardcore hentai porn of Tifa getting fucked.
Oh dear.
And all the like old Italian senators were like, get enough.
That's hysterical.
So now Tifa is like a symbol of Italians.
I'm sure they're very proud.
Yeah. All right. So I think we've come to conclusion on Shang-Chi. We're all in agreement. It's stupid. It is not the first Asian movie to be groundbreaking in any way, shape, or form. And on to our next topic that is in the thumbnail and title of this video. Are you familiar with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah, Disney's first animated feature, right?
The first ever full-length feature, animated feature film released in theaters.
Yeah.
The one that started it all. Well, so they're doing a live action, and the girl that's playing Snow White is, of course, Mexican.
Yeah, because, it's white. There's nothing about her being the fairest, literal, like, there's something that's very, very heavily literal about her incredibly fair skin, but whatever, carry on.
Yeah, and she's one of those, if you're not on my side, you're a Nazi kind of people, and people were showing some of her tweets. Now, take in mind, she is very, very young. I wouldn't pick her for Snow White personally unless she's got some amazing acting ability that I'm not aware of. But, I mean, there's been worse Snow White movies, so I'm like, all right. And when it comes to these live-action remakes by Disney, I don't really think too much of them because they're not the original. And so I'm like, if I'm going to watch Snow White, I'm going to watch the original. Unless I'm really in the mood to watch a live-action. Like, I watched that live-action Cinderella, and I think that one was, like, probably better than the others, but I mean, I watched it once and I never need to watch it again. The Beauty and the Beast one, I watched it twice, and that was just because I think the Munchkin turned it on the second time.
I was probably okay with that one. Because the stuff it added, I was like, oh, this actually kind of does add a little bit to the story. So I'm like, okay, I was oddly okay with it, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, I'm just like, when Emma Watson is walking around the town and Gaston's like, she's the fairest, she's the prettiest girl in town. I'm like, no, she's not. Like, literally every extra was prettier than her. So them saying that she's the most beautiful one there, I'm like, she's literally not.
Exactly. I'm like, she's a little goofy and very bookish, but whatever. Teach their own.
Yeah, if they said like, there's something about her, like that would be more understanding. But literally going around singing, this chick is the fairest of them all. This chick, what does he say in the movie? And she's literally not
even. It's not even like the original song too, because I remember that specifically too, where it's like in the original song, it's just the whole song is about her being a funny girl in the animated one, and it's just Gaston carries this like weird torch for her.
He's like, she's the most beautiful girl in town. He says that.
Oh yeah, that is true. But it's also like they harp on how weird she is too, and like they changed the music, or did they use the same song in this one? I can't remember if this one changed the music.
They added like a song or something. It's been a while since I watched it. They added a couple songs, but yeah, no, I don't know that one. I get why they cast her because she was Hermione.
Excuse me. But she's not like. We're in this weird place where like, Tom Holland's the new action hero for some reason. We're in this wishful thinking land where anybody can be anything unless you're white. If you're white, you're not allowed to live. If you're white, there's no more white ever. But any like, anybody can be anything, whether or not you're right for the part, whether or not you're the right body type, whether or not you're right acting chops, whether or not you're the right like anything, And I feel like this is just that was just more of that. Oh, Emma Watson's the it girl and she wants it, so we're gonna cast her as Belle, even though she's not right for the part.
Yeah, I was just like, it's because she's Hermione, and they're like, oh, this would fit. And I was like, what would make me like that movie is if at the very end it cut to Hermione waking up after reading, like with the book, and like Ron's in the background. People would have lost their absolute mind if they did a crossover like that. And it's like, that was Belle's dream of her if she just finished reading Beauty and the Beast. That would have been perfect. I would have actually liked the movie. I'd be like, wow, this is the best like little Harry Potter spin-off. But because Warner Brothers and Disney don't really like to collab with each other, we didn't get that. But so out of all the things to be controversial with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I mean, not the murder, of course, that's not a stake here. Not the child abuse or, stepmother abusing her stepdaughter abuse. None of that. Not the
or like the rampant vanity and the messaging about, about material beauty being like the most important thing in the fucking world.
Yeah, no, not that. That's all fine. That is completely fine. Nobody has any problems with that. It is A-okay. What's not okay is giving Seven Dwarf actors a job, and so that way they can pay their bills and stuff. So I posted this and I thought it was clever, how it started versus how it was going. So this was a headline. Jessi, if you would like to read that for us.
Peter Dinklage calls out Disney's Snow White remake, saying, "You're progressive in one way, and you're still making that fucking backwards story about seven dwarves living in a cave together. Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox?"
And then later that day,
instead of dwarfs in Disney's Snow White remake, which, by the way, dwarfs is spelled wrong, just for everyone's edification. Yeah, so journalism. It will instead be a group of magical creatures, like dwarves. Disney is said to be currently looking for voice actors to give these creatures personality.
So,
once again, what is the point of doing these live action things if every half of your fucking cast is animated? I don't get that.
Now,
I don't.
I will give them this. There has been a version of Snow White. It's really fucking dark and twisted. It's like a sequel, and it's animated. Let me see if I can find the screen or the but they aren't, I don't think they're dwarves. It's called like Happily Ever After. I remember watching it, and it was kind of scary because she's got to go to like the witch's castle.
When you watched Snow White as a child, did you think of the dwarves as being just like regular midgets? Is that what you thought they were? Did you just assume they were just midgets, or did you think they were like magical creatures?
Oh, I found it. Okay, here we go. Did you ever watch this movie? Happily Ever After, and they're like fairy people.
I don't. Maybe like once. I don't know. It's vaguely familiar.
It's because it's a sequel to Snow White, and so you see they're like girls. And they're not dwarves. They're just I don't know. I just remember. Oh yeah, this is the bad guy. He's fucking terrifying.
Oh god, he has laser eyes. He is terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's a scary ass movie for little kids. I had it on VHS just like this.
Love it.
But so yeah, so it's been done before. Sequel to Snow White with little fairy tale creature. Oh, they look like gnomes. I don't remember what they are, but
they look like.
I think she mentioned, because obviously it's it's not a knockoff, but it's not like Disney made this. It's another animation company, so they couldn't make it with the. I think, is this the original one? Maybe they are gnomes, but this was a sequel. I never saw the original, but it's fucking terrifying. If you want to watch this movie, I mean, I haven't seen it since I was a child, but if you want to watch an anime movie that might be scary, watch this one. But so they've done it before with things. So Disney's ripping off I don't know, I guess a lower tier animation studio that I doubt is around anymore. But I just thought, I'm like, okay, yeah, same thing. What's the point of doing these remakes if you got to change anything? And same thing to Peter Dinklage. I'm like, you literally just did Game of Thrones where you were, talking about dwarves and being a dwarf and how people judge you for being a dwarf. And then all of the dwarves in the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, They're all miners getting fucking jewels out of a cave. They don't live in a cave. They have a house. They're all working men. And back in these times, if they would live in like regular society, they'd be made the fool of every fucking day.
Yeah.
So instead they live in the forest and they mine gems and they make a good living. So I'm like, so you're hating on these guys and like saying that they live in a cave? It's like, didn't you watch the movie?
Right. Like
what do you think?
So here's my big thing is I read a more in-depth article too where he said something about how like, oh, I'm the last person who's gonna like die on the hill of rights for little people and stuff, but I just can't ignore this one. This is just really fucked up, and I'm just like, it's such a weird hill to die on though. Like if this is not your thing, like. I can think of so many more things where you could argue are way more problematic in regards to the portrayal of little people, like we're talking about a fairy tale. So in fairy tales, when you
remember an elf?
Oh my God, he's an angry elf. Oh my God, that was great.
Every Christmas. I mean, like, come on, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's just, I don't know. It's just,
this was my theory.
I mean,
so you think Peter's salty because he wasn't cast, so he's throwing shade? That's my opinion because he, I don't know, what is he working on right now after Game of Thrones? I haven't seen him very much.
He's working on Cyrano. He's actually got a big project right now. He does.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's gonna be Cyrano and Cyrano. Presumably, the gimmick is that instead of having a big nose, he's a little person. So weird. Another role that he got specifically just because he's a little. This is where it's weird. It's like I need you to explain to me why Snow White and the Seven Dwarves is an offensive portrayal of little people. I really do, because like again, it's a fairy tale. It's a magical realm. There is nothing in the story to suggest that dwarves is a euphemism for midgets. They're literal dwarves. They're very Tolkien as dwarves. They are small humans who mine, or like small people who mine for their jobs. Like it just doesn't. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, it's not that you are making this live action portrayal of this heinous depiction of little people. It's that you're making this live action movie that has magical creatures in it who will best be portrayed by little people actors because of their size. And for some reason, in spite of the fact that he has literally gotten every role he's ever played because of his size, he has a problem with other roles being made for people his size.
That's why I think he's salty he didn't get called.
I mean, that's maybe you're right. Maybe you're onto something there. It does.
Well, you said that he spoke at your college. Did he say anything like about his dwarfism?
No, but his wife is uppity about it. Like, she got really weird about it. Everyone who was taking pictures with him crouched down to be in the pictures because you wanted him to be in the fucking picture. And she was all like, you don't have to crouch down. You don't have to crouch down. It's fine. And I'm like, so we didn't when we got it because we didn't want her to bitch at us. But I'm just like, okay, but the people aren't crouching down because they're mocking his height. People are crouching down because they want him to be visible in the picture that they're getting to take with him. So there is definitely some of that going on. Like,
I know, it's like when you take a picture with a child at like Disneyland, Mickey and Minnie always crouch down.
Exactly. It's just because of height. Like,
what if you're 6'5" and you want to take a picture of Peter Dinklage?
Right? Like, is Jeff supposed to just have a picture of Peter Dinklage's face at his knees?
I know.
It just, I don't know. Like I said, it just seems like after not really hearing him be that outspoken about this stuff ever, it just seems like a weird hill to suddenly be dying on, you know? And I think like you said, not being maybe not getting the nod, maybe feeling like he should have been somehow consulted or brought in to be the chief little person on the Seven Dwarfs project made him salty. And so now he's fucking doing this. Like, honestly, that fits. That tracks.
We're going to find out because I have both of these articles pulled up. So do you want to read both of them or should we? Let's see what he has to say.
Let us indeed. Let's go deeper into the rabbit hole, into the Dinklage hole.
Skip ad. Go away. All right. Let's zoom in. Is this like an interview? Why are there so many ads? I like how I have ad blocker to do like absolutely nothing. Okay. Oh, they updated their article. Interesting. Cool. So I guess we might not even have to.
Well,
All right. Let me see if there's like something for him to say. Okay. We can see his quotes. I guess let's read this first, and then we can read the update. But yeah, average panda. The Seven Dwarfs aren't even portrayed offensively. I know they're not. That's the thing. I feel like having him in Game of Thrones was way more offensive at times, especially in the books, than anything that happens in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Let me read a couple of super chats before you get started. Chrissy Mayer, thanks, Chrissy, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let me highlight that. Dinklage has small D energy.
I actually have to contradict that because of, again, said graduation speech. I really wish I had followed more closely whatever, where people were talking about him going, because he went to a very small downtown area afterwards and got fucking hammered and was like buying everyone was like Mr. Party. And apparently is that kind of, also his speech was really epic. Like it was a great speech. It wasn't the best. Tim Daly
Wait, so did he pull his dick out and show everyone his dick?
I don't think so. Maybe he did actually. There was something where like he did get in trouble somehow. He might have gotten kicked out of the bar. But I think I actually have heard something about his sexual exploits. So
no. Well, good for him. At least he's got something going for him. Thank you for the super chat, Chrissy.
But you don't need small dick energy because he has small everything else energy. So there you go.
There you go. That's sad. Russell, thank you for the super chat. Peter Dinklage is mining victim cred for his job. Everyone gets roles now based on their group's average status. So he's bringing up little people. You know what? It's just sad.
They literally rewrote the role of Cyrano to fucking be about a short person instead of a person with a big nose. They literally they bent the role to honor a little person for being little. Like what? And that whole statement. Another thing I read was like, oh, that can't be the leading trait of the person. That can't be their defining characteristic. And I'm like, well, the defining characteristic of Cyrano is
that he's ugly and doesn't have a giant, or that he's ugly with a giant nose. That you can't be that.
That's his defining feature. So if you're swapping that to be little person, then his defining feature is that he's a little person. So the fuck are you doing playing this role?
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
Dude, they had Cyrano in Star Trek.
Did they? Oh,
yeah, they do they're doing like a play, and Beverly's the chick, and I think Data is Cyrano.
That seems logical in a weird way.
Daniel Creasy, thank you for that. I was hoping for the Time Bandits remake with Peter Dinklage, but now I think that's probably a bad idea. Aww.
Well,
I still need to watch Time Bandits.
I always hate when seemingly decent dudes or seemingly decent, folks in the celebrity world suddenly get uppity. It's just very disappointing. It's like, oh no, we lost another one.
Evo Dragon, thank you for the super chat. Disney is going to call it the Latina. Oh no, you mean Latin X, right?
Latinx.
The Latina and the seven. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher this. Borchitos. I'm Hispanic. So
Excuse me, I'm white, and so it's my God-given right to white-splain to you that the preferred term is Latinx. Thank you very much. I hate this world.
I hate that word so much. Russell, thank you for that.
So do 3/4 of all Latino people. So there you go.
I think all Latino people, except for I feel like it's white people that push it, and like
no, the other quarter just have never heard. No, sorry, it's a quarter of Latino people hate the term. The other 3/4 just never even heard of it.
Russell Dinklage likely calculates that if he beaches enough, he might start getting some of the roles that would otherwise go to Tom Cruise. Oh,
I mean, there's only a very slight height difference there.
Only a little.
Just very
Hey, am I taller than Peter Dinklage?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, cool. One person.
There you go.
A win.
You got one.
Win.
You got
All
it.
right, would you like to get started?
You got it. Published January 24th, Disney has found massive success in recent years by making live-action adaptations of its classic animated movies. Films like Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King were box office smashes, capturing nostalgia from older audiences while introducing their most lucrative characters to younger generations. While Disney doesn't seem to be diverting from this strategy anytime soon, Peter Dinklage thinks that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs should stay on that shelf, on the shelf. Disney recently announced that West Side Story breakout star Rachel Zegler would be starring in a Snow White remake, playing the princess alongside Gal Gadot's evil queen. But in an interview on Mark Maron's WTF podcast to promote his role in Cyrano, Dinklage had some harsh words for the new remake. He said, while some fans have praised Disney for the racially diverse casting, they missed the larger issue of the way the original film portrays disabled people. In what way are the dwarves, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, disabled? Jesus fucking Christ. I was a little taken aback when they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White. You're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me, the actor told Maron. You're progressive in one way, and you're still making that fucking backwards story about dwarves living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. The original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first full-length animated feature from Disney and remains one of the studio's most iconic iconic films. Why can't I read? Dinklage's concerns can be interpreted as part of a larger discussion on whether old art can be judged by newer moral standards. As society's views evolve, the debate over whether problematic works should be buried or studied continues to rage on. For his part, Dinklage doesn't think the story of Snow White needs to be hidden. He just wants to see the problematic aspects addressed, saying, if you tell the story of Snow White with the most fucked up progressive spin on it, let's do it all up, all in, whatever I can read. My other thought, actually, that reminds me, my other thought on this is if it's not that he's spurned over casting, maybe this was the movie that somehow he was taunted over in school. Like the kids came in and picked a different every day and called him happy and sneezy and grumpy and this and that and blah. And so that's just his personal torch, that he carries over this fucking thing, That's his own little cross to bear that he wants to.
I guarantee you, anytime he's like mood change, they called him whichever one of the Seven Dwarfs.
Exactly. If it's some shit like that, then I could easily see why he could have these feelings about that.
But I'm like, dude, they're giving jobs to dwarves. Like, you're literally, by bitching about this, you're taking away 7 jobs from 7 different dwarf actors.
7, exactly. What a shit.
Like, it's hard enough to get. They've talked about this. It's like it's harder to get roles if you're like a certain age. It's hard to get roles if you have like a certain ability or disability, if you look a certain way. I mean, Game of Thrones really changed Peter Dinklage's life, in my opinion. And
he had never been anything but a bit character actor before that. So
I know, and now he's like extremely respected because he did such a good job as playing Tyrion. Like, he was an actual character,
multi-time Emmy winner and a leading man now. So there you go.
Again, fucking Peter Dinklage was in Tiptoes, where the lead actor was Gary Oldman on his knees pretending to be a midget. All right, what does Reservoir say
about that in retrospect?
I know, right? Excuse me. Dinklage can't even reach the shelf where they keep Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So how does that help them? Maybe I was giving him too much credit. Aw.
Yeah, can we please address the fact that this writer needs to understand that dwarves in the plural has a V-E-S? Like, I don't know if the original title of Disney's had dwarf spelled that way, and that's fine. But, like, that's the title. When you address the creatures, you should probably spell it the correct way, which is with a V-E-S. Thank you. Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
The chat's spelling it right, left, right.
Did they spell it right here? No, they didn't.
Nope. They everywhere, all throughout the whole thing. It was just dwarfs. I'm like, what is dwarfs? What is dwarfs? Explain dwarfs.
All right. Ready for another article?
So ready.
Okay. You gonna read it?
Oh, do we read the update? I can't. Oh, you want me to read that? Oh, do we read the update on the other one first, though?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
We don't have. Okay. Okay. Update, January 25th. In response to Dinklage's comments, the Walt Disney Company released a statement saying it would take its Snow White remake in a different direction. To avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film, we are taking a different approach with these 7 characters and have been consulting with members of the dwarfism community. We look forward to sharing more as the film heads into production after a lengthy development period, a Disney spokesman told the Hollywood. You know what, Anna? You know what I'm going to do if I ever write a movie that has a magical, mythical giant in it? I'm going to make sure that I talk to a lot of people with giantism and make sure that I am portraying mythical giants in a way that people who suffer from giantism don't find offensive, and it doesn't make their already very, very nearly unbearable lives more difficult to bear.
People are like, what stereotypes? I know.
What? How is this a stereotype? What is this a stereotype anywhere of anything in the world? Like, there's not even an offensive Jewish stereotype in here, which is shocking because this is very early Disney. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, and like, not to pull the Jew card too, but like, if anyone wants to get uppity and blah about Disney, purportedly my people have the greatest cause, and there are moments, there are places where you can point to things and you're like, that was kind of not cool, Walt. But this is not one of them. This is fucking not one of them. If you're gonna have any problems with this movie, the problem with this movie is that it's a woman with absolutely no agency. It's a damsel in distress whose literally only use and function on the planet is her beauty. So obviously that foreskin chick would be super jealous of her, just like she's jealous of Olivia Munn. But I don't.
Frederick, thank you for the super chat. Well, he had no problem playing a fantasy dwarf in Avengers Strange.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's literal dwarf. That character was called a dwarf. So
I know. The giant dwarf.
Exactly. But it's okay because he was giant. He got to live out his own personal fantasy and be giant.
Yep. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Not enough spit. Would a Boogie Nights remake be better or worse with Dinklage at the helm? I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't want that at all. At all. And so, like, it's kind of a moot point. Like, I don't know if it could be worse, but I don't know that it would be good. Like, there's no universe in which it's good, but I don't know that putting Dinklage at the helm would markedly improve or deteriorate the quality of an already unnecessary project.
I've never seen it.
I saw it a long time ago and I didn't like it that much, but I also don't remember that well. So. All right. We carry on. Disney assures Peter Dinklage on Snow White reboot. We are taking different characters approach on dwarf characters.
Done. Let me zoom in for you.
Thank you so much. Disney responded Tuesday to Peter Dinklage's recent comments to Mark Maron about the upcoming remake of Disney animated classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, assuring him the new movie won't be as incendiary as imagined. Dinklage expressed concerns over this new iteration of the classic fairy tale, applauding the studio's decision to catch Rachel Zegler, the breakout star of West Side Story, in the title role, while deriding the company for maintaining such a tired narrative about dwarfs. To avoid reinforcing stereotypes in the original animated film, we are taking a different approach to the statement we just read about different characters. Working with the dwarfism community, we look forward to sharing more as the film heads into production after a lengthy development period. Well, no shit, it's already been a lengthy fucking development period, but carry on. Disney said in a statement shared with the Wrap. Instead of dwarves, we'll fill the void with a group of described magical creatures, like dwarves. According to casting shots that the Wrap has seen, they are currently looking for voice actors to give these creatures personalities. I wonder if Peter Dinklage is going to be one of those voice actors.
I know, right?
That'd be hilarious. I'd be like,
dude, this ad looks like we have another co-host that is just like, what the fuck?
Right? I'm like, hi, person, lady. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have your weird, strangely shaped face on our show.
Yadair, hey, think this is remarkable that he also wasn't upset about playing a dwarf in the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Simply amazing. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep. Weird and convenient. Convenient, guys. It is unclear if these magical creatures will inhabit the same role as the dwarfs. Will they be mining for jewels? Will they have names like Sleepy, Grumpy, and Bashful? But these magical creatures will be the substitutes for the original seven dwarfs. This new Snow White. Hooray. Just what we all wanted. This new Snow White to be directed by Mark Webb. I don't is in production now with Gal Gadot as the evil queen and new songs by La La Land team of Benj Pasek and Justin. Oh, so the songs will be entirely forgettable. Great. And does not have an official release date yet.
All right. Well, thoughts.
That was if I had one word to sum up my feelings about this movie, this live action Snow White, it would be underwhelming. Just everything. Like, it's not even worth, like, Peter, why are you even getting your panties in a wad over this? It's not worth getting your panties in a wad over. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, R.I.P. I mean, we already knew that this movie was going to be bad. It's like, what? Skin as white as snow, hair as dark as ebony. Like, that's not what we're getting. Russell in the super chat. At least Dinklage wasn't in Cats. Oh, he could have been a dwarf cat, a munchkin. Those are called munchkin cats. Aw.
Precious. I was so devastated when I learned that munchkins are like often in terrible pain and like have all horrible problems with their joints. I was like, no, but they're so cute.
I know. I like this. Anyone ask Warwick Davis what he thinks? I mean, he doesn't. I bet you he got called and Peter didn't.
Right? I mean, like, and look, let's stop acting like Peter. Like, it's cute, Pete, that you think you're suddenly the only little person that's ever acted in Hollywood. But come on, come on.
Yeah, you know what's gonna be funny? Is he gonna be mad when aren't they supposed to be remaking Willow? Is he gonna be mad?
Yeah, if he doesn't get is it just he just feel entitled to play every little person? Is that the thing? And if he doesn't do it, he's gonna have hissy fit and call it out, like cancel it.
Possibly. Russell, thank you for another super chat. Speaking of panties, whatever happened to those? Straight into the trash, Russell Hall.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah, Dan. Edie, I was gonna bring that up actually earlier. I'm waiting for him to cancel Wizard of Oz next. Like, if you're gonna talk about, I don't know. I think the portrayal of people as munchkins, the inhabitants of Munchland, is a little more offensive of a portrayal than dwarves, than just people, dudes who live in the woods and are chill and have a good life. Like, it just doesn't. I can't wrap my, why is this the hill that he wants to die on? Why this? Why this issue in particular? Like, why this movie? What's so heinous about Snow White, that it deserves this treatment? From a usually not very socially outspoken guy, too. So, and I think he's weighted on politics and stuff. I've never heard him really weigh in on the little person issue to this extent. So,
I mean,
he's
done some.
Oompa Loompas next.
Yeah, they're gonna get mad. Was that guy that played the new Oompa Loompa even a little person? But my thing is, it's like, dwarves do exist. We know that dwarvism is a thing, and so it's like, do you not want them to be included in stories? Like, because that's honestly the argument that he seems to be making.
Exactly, and I'm still waiting for him to explain what was offensive about the betrayal. Like, just the fact that they live in a cave. Is there some? But they
don't live in a cave. They work in a cave because they're miners. Work
in a cave because they live in a house in the woods. They have a cute little home, like a little tree home, a little hobbit hole, basically. Like, they cook, they clean, they keep house. Like, they're not fucking dirty, nasty critters. Like, I don't know.
Oh no. Anna, do you know how many starving children in Africa would literally kill for a brand new pair of free underwear? Well, the kids that go through the trash, the dumpster divers get a new pair of undies.
They need it,
but they're not even new; they're used.
There are starving kids in America too.
That's true. Yeah. So on this issue, I think it's stupid. I think what he did is just limit how many jobs can be had for dwarves, because not every character can be Tyrion fucking Lannister.
Exactly. I just don't understand why. I don't understand, and that's a funny thing. It's funny. It's a funny thing to say about like a character. And that one thing I read about him saying, if their number one trait is their height, then it's he doesn't want to. He's not interested. I'm like, you could argue, okay, Tyrion Lannister, it's his brains, but at the same time, most people see his height first. That's for most people in his world, his height is the leading characteristic. So I'm like, it doesn't even match what you're saying isn't even consistent with how is with the roles that you've taken. And I'm still waiting for you to explain to me why this portrayal of dwarves is problematic.
All right, so I'm putting a poll in the chat right now. Everyone vote. I asked, do you guys think Peter is right? Yes or no? So we'll get the verdict on that and what the chat thinks. Me and Jessi are definitely on team no, but don't let that sway you. Patrick T, thank you for the super chat. The Ewok cast members were in Under the Rainbow with Carrie Fisher about Wizard of Oz.
Huh. Fascinating.
Crystal, thank you for the super chat. Fine, whatever. The joke's on you because those things probably had dirt all over them. Ew! Ew, if it was on used underwear, I wouldn't think that is dirt, Russell. Ew, but thank you for the super chat. That is nasty and terrible. All right. I'm giving you guys like a minute to vote. Let me see how many people voted. 91 votes.
Apparently you spelled Peter wrong.
Oh, I did. I wrote Peter. I forgot the T. I need a new keyboard. I have spilled much water. I shouldn't even say water. Spilled much alcohol and juice all over this keyboard. My space bar doesn't work. Sometimes letters don't type. I'm sorry.
Dude, I have a sticky A button on my Xbox controller now for probably not me. Probably Pancake spilled something on it because he's an asshole. But what can you do?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to get a pink one soon. I've just been perusing Amazon, debating on which one I want to get. Because I want one that lights up, but I don't know. I want to be extra girly and be just pink. I don't know.
Reasonable.
But, all right. 123 people voted, and the verdict is, can you guess, Jessi? Are you looking?
I mean, I'm going to say no. I'm not looking, but I'm going to guess overwhelmingly that people were on Team Dink is not right.
All right. Well, we got 5% voted yes, and 95% voted no.
That is even more of a landslide than our last poll. So even more people believe that Peter Dinklage is wrong than believe that Shang-Chi should not win an Oscar. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, now we are on. Actually, we're making really good progress. Isn't that crazy?
We'll have to.
I know. When I'm like speed, I can do it.
I guess so.
All right. So this next topic is, I'm glad that I have you here today because we're gonna surprisingly Judaism comes up.
Ooh, fun times. Always.
Well, and the person arguing against it is claiming that the quartering is a Nazi, and anyone associated with him is alt-right Nazis as well. And they are the person that is arguing that if you're Jewish isn't a race. But we're going to get to that. But guess this all starts with Frosk, because you guys know the lovely lady from G4 that's like, sexism in gaming, Ree! So Jessi doesn't know this story yet. A lot of people don't know the story. Believe it or not, I haven't made a video in almost a month. I've been working on a new video about this topic. So, Frosk, she looks a lot different here than she does on the G4. She got a weird little haircut. So, the other day, Frosk tweeted this. To all the drama farming YouTubers, you can always reach out to my agent if you'd like to schedule a discussion.
Oh, who's farming for attention now?
Exactly. Drunk was like, can I get in contact with that agent? I later asked for that agent's contact information as well, which we'll get into this. And then she responded to that earlier. Told my agent to pick the biggest of those applied. Super excited to get on call with these people and watch them backpedal on all their vile trash talk, saying they wrote a respectful email after some of these videos is wild. They overblow everything for clicks. It's like, you don't pot calling the kettle black here, don't you say?
So told my agent to pick the biggest of those applied because you want the biggest platform for yourself, you transparent, fame-hungry bitch.
Exactly.
Calls them like a season. It's not hard to see it either. Like, it's so fucking. Who is taking her seriously anymore? Who?
No.
I mean, for being a blue check mark, I've had tweets that have gotten 1,000 likes. I know. I don't need a fucking blue check mark to get that kind of attention. And this level of drama, that's all you can get. Come on, nobody cares about you. You're chasing clicks. You know how good this will be for you. Your life is your online presence. So you are fucking chasing clicks here, bitch.
Exactly.
Also, I relish you getting on this call with these people because even the dumbest people who've managed to amass enough of a YouTube following that you want to go on their channel are going to fucking take you for a ride the second you get in their court. So, there you go.
Exactly. People are like, Annie, you should have her on. I'm like, I would make her cry. And then she would label me as I have internalized misogyny and an alt-right bigot Nazi.
I would be worse. I would take her on and I would empathize with her and I would let her know I'm just like her. I went through so many of the same things and all this shit. And then once she trusted me and felt vulnerable and felt like we understood each other and she knew that I had, understood what she went through, then I'd lay the smackdown. That's when I turn it around and be like, and as a result of going through these same things, I can speak from the heart and say that you are full of shit. You playing the victim, self-esteem needy bitch. You are looking for external validation for whatever mommy or daddy never gave you, for whatever the boys in the playground never gave you, for whatever you never got in some other capacity and never understood comes from inside first. You are still looking for that elsewhere. The kinds of people who go live in front of their audience to dress down their fan. This is, again, it's like, you are on G4. You win. You are already there. It's just that punching down mentality. It's when the directors get on Twitter to clap back at a nobody fan. It's when YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers spend hours a day, getting into Twitter fights with nobody fans. It's like, it makes you look stupid. Like, no matter how cool or snappy or great you think your response is, no matter how well you think you're putting it in your place, you just look stupid at the end of the day. And that's all she is earning for herself. She's not going to like what she gets. She'll get attention doing this, but she's not going to like the results. She already can't handle from being in such a power position on a network with a team, she's part of a team that's fighting for her and defending her and cleaning her at her every fucking move. She already has that. You want to come out in this sandbox? You can't hang. The fact that you're letting that shit get under your skin, don't go picking fights with people who do this every fucking day and don't whine and cry when somebody throws shade in their direction.
Tell them, Jessi. Well, so you are 100% right about all that, and I like Comics Division. Sounds like you were already backing down. Be honest with your audience. You never had any intention of showing up and having a conversation with your detractors. I think that's true. But so I tweeted something innocent. Oh, wrong one. This is gonna destroy my story timeline. Well, that was different. Let me find the actual tweet. Sorry, that's me fighting.
While Anna's looking, shameless self-plug. After this stream, shortly thereafter, I will be going live on 17 Live, which is an awesome app that you should download and follow me at m.e.godempress over there, and I'll be playing music and chatting and stuff at the end.
There you go. Well, I'll give you a little dish on this story. So, I thought it would be funny to chime in. And so, again, I don't want this woman on my channel. I don't want to give her exposure here just to potentially get my channel in trouble. So I tweeted, and I was honestly going to try to get her on Flashcast because I think that would be funny. What's their email? Asking for a friend. Right? I thought this was innocent. And then the blue check marks didn't agree. So where is it? It's on here somewhere. Oh God, I had this all in order, and now it's got all fucked up. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Put it in order. Okay, here we go. So then a blue check mark decided to chime in and make a comment, or people shared my tweet in it because they're like, Anna's a woman, she'll she'll talk to you. So this is a screenshot from it. So, you know, we should stop being overly sexist to women and gatekeeping them from gaming. What other side is there? And that was Frosk responding to, I think, like one of her tweets. It might be the previous one on here. Yeah, but she responded to herself. And so that's what this screenshot is from. And the Lofty Pixels, who is the Quarterings editor, commented and said, the other side is no gatekeeping. No one is gatekeeping women from gaming. Feel free to explain why you disagree. Conversation is good. Maybe talk to women who disagree with you. And then this blue check mark, which I think I posted the link to this tweet so you guys can probably see it. But so this was her responding to Lofty. And she said, Star Wars girl doesn't have discussion. She's a troll.
Well, that's a lie.
Exactly. And so I was like, so this random blue check mark, I have no recollection of ever interacting with, because I haven't. Let me establish that now. Decided to talk shit behind my back, truly stunning and brave. And then I put the kitty cat emoji, which is me calling them a pussy. And then I was like, I don't even know like who the fuck this is. This person was like, that's Gerard's girlfriend. And then she's like, the completionist, he's the big bearded guy in the sexism rant video. So, you know, Frosk was sitting next to a guy with a beard and then like a black guy. And then there was the guy on the TV. So the guy with the beard, which if I'll show you guys a picture.
Oh, the Yas Queen guy. The one who
him. That's him. And then this is the chick calling me a troll. That had me blocked. Just put that in perspective. And then Lofty Pixels and everyone, because I posted this screenshot, chimed in. They were like, why the fuck did you block that Star Wars girl? And then here's the tweet right here. I blocked her because we already had a previous discussion a few months ago and she was not pleasant. I'm allowed to block people. LOL. Me doing my research with advanced search, because if you guys go in like the search, you can do advanced. So I looked up her name on mine. And what happened? Oh, that's right. I never interacted with her. She came out of nowhere to comment on my tweet. And started fighting with people in my thread about Magneto and his being Jewish and stuff.
Wow.
So I tweeted, I blocked her because we had previous discussions and she was not pleasant. You mean you went out of your way to argue with people in my thread about Magneto and I didn't engage with you once?
No. Let's call this what this is. She went out of your way to be anti-Semitic in your thread about Magneto, by the way. That's what happened, because once again, misunderstanding or just not giving a shit that people, you know, other people have had histories, other groups are considered minorities, other peoples have suffered in ways that maybe you don't understand about because nobody beat you over the head with a wokeness stick today.
Yep. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Judaism is a religion, not a race. There are, however, Jewish ethnicities such as, how do you say that, Jessi?
Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews. And no. See, this is what I think is hilarious. I love every single time. Being Jewish, is that a religion? Is it ethnicity? Is it a race? What? Everyone wants to come out. Everyone's got a super chat to be like, it's this thing. It's this thing. I'm like, bro, this is an eternally debated concept within the Jewish community. You don't just get to come in here. You don't just get to fly into our peoples and be like, okay, I have the answer. I'm like, I don't fucking claim to know jack shit about Jesus Christ. So you're all fucking wrong. Judaism is not a race. It's definitely not a race. That's for sure. And so she's fucking wrong, right? Being white isn't lore. It's not white. It's white. Whiteness is not Jewish. That's not. So that's right. Yeah. The only time being Jewish was defined as a race was for laws about hate crimes on college campus, which was a really, really scary law because, as my friend and I put it, we as Jewish people do not want to be put into smaller boxes with more defined labels. We don't like being asked to wear labels. We don't like being asked to wear armbands with stars on them. We don't like that. That's not fun for us. So we prefer to have our identity continue to be a fluid entity. It's important. That's actually incredibly important for the continuation of the Jewish people for it to be that way, because some people are Jewish for the religious element and they're Jews by choice, and they don't have to be any ethnicity whatsoever. They could be black or Latinx or whatever freaking color under the sun that you want to be. And they can convert and become Jewish, or maybe they've had it in their lineage or whatever, for whatever reason, they can be religiously Jewish and pass on the traditions of Judaism in that way. But there are people like me who are not particularly religious, but my family is ethnically Jewish going back a long ass time on my dad's side. And that is important to me, that lineage. So I'm ethnically Jewish. I'm also a little bit religiously Jewish, but I'm primarily ethnically Jewish. But there are also plenty of people who are religiously Jewish and have absolutely zero ethnicity. There are people, my friend Adas is a great example of someone who's far more ethnically Jewish than I am, but even less religious. And so there's a sliding scale where it is both. It is both a religion and can exist solely as that with no tie to your ethnicity, and an ethnicity that can exist solely as that with no tie to your religion, and also both. That said, if you're ethnically Jewish and you've bucked all sense of tradition and religion, you're not really Jewish anymore. There are very few actual biological markers that determine, that would say, oh, you're probably Jewish or not.
Well, you agree with her on this. Magneto's lore was his religion, not his race.
That's not correct. Magneto's is his ethnicity. That is factually, functionally incorrect, and that's why this is why she is an anti-Semitic. See you next Tuesday, who doesn't fucking understand why Magneto's ethnicity is so important. Jews who experienced the Holocaust did not
hold on real fast. This was the tweet thread that she was commenting on. I was making a joke because Lyndon was fighting with Gail Simone.
Oh my god!
I never engaged with her. She randomly found this tweet thread and started arguing with people about Magneto. Now you can go, and I'm going to scroll through it so you guys can see it all in context.
She's such, so that's any Jewish people. Jews were not persecuted in the Holocaust for their religious beliefs per se. They were persecuted for being the group that we were. It didn't matter it didn't matter to Hitler if you were, if you weren't a practicing Jew, if you had the nose and the face and this, you were not desirable. You were ethnically cleansed. Ethnically cleansed. That was the term. What is that other? Ethnicity. It was about ethnicity. It was about your lineage, your people, your family. That was a crime against the culture, the people, the ethnic people of the Jews, not against our religious, not an assault on our religious beliefs, which it has been so many other times. And so to misunderstand that, and to misunderstand how radically important being Jewish is to the story of that person, to that development, to going through a fucking camp and losing your mother in it, how definitive to the core of who that character is. Like, that's anti-Semitic. I mean, it's like, wouldn't you call it racist if someone just flat never heard of slavery, didn't know any of the history of that, and just didn't give a shit and was like, whatever, I don't care about you and your people and blah? You'd consider that level of ignorance, you'd consider racist. This level of ignorance over the Holocaust, over the suffering of the Jewish people, and the meaning that has for our culture and our stories, that is an anti-Semitic level of ignorance. Absolutely. Unequivocally.
Well, she's fighting with people over Magneto. Again, I never engaged her at all. Russell, thank you for the super chat. Ethnicity, the fact or state of belonging to a social group that has common national or cultural tradition.
Yep, that is one of the factors that can determine Judaism. That fits cultural tradition, Judaism.
Well, it's funny because on Ancestry.com, if you're Jewish, it'll tell you what type of Jewish you are. Like if you're from Eastern Eastern European Jewish.
That's the Sephardic and Ashkenazi, yeah. And that stuff is ethnically traced. We do have the 12 tribes, the 12 king tribes of Israel and stuff, and there is genetic lineage that can be traced back to the origins of the Jewish people, and so by that token, you cannot deny an ethnic element in Judaism. But by the same token, you can't call it a race because there's not enough unifying biological markers to call it a race. And you can't deny that you can absolutely 100% be Jewish without being at all ethnically Jewish.
The first super chat from Russell about this, I think I must have read it wrong because he was talking about it being Judaism is a religion, not a race. There
Okay.
are, however, Jewish ethnicities such as so did I read that wrong the first time? Because I think you guys are on. I think you're saying the same thing, aren't you?
I think it might have just been in 2 separate super chats, and I didn't realize he said both of those things. So that
Gotcha.
might be
I think I just read it wrong. But you and Russell Hall are agreement. But your little rant, I think, helped clarify. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. I said that Judaism was a religion. That's true. I said that they're Jewish ethnicities. That's true. Russell Hall is factually correct on both. You are. I think I just read it wrong and I confused Jessi.
That's right. We love you, Russell, no matter what.
Thank you for the super chats. But yeah, but so if you can see, like, I never once interacted with this chick. Like, she's fighting with people about Magneto and his ethnicity and stuff. So I'm like, bitch, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that scene in Avengers Endgame with Thanos, and she's like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Right. Like, I feel like that's me, because they're like, Anna's a troll. She's bad. And I'm like, I never interacted with you. You went out of your way to interact with people in my comment section on some random tweet. Well, it's not that one. It continues. Let me see if I can find it.
Reader, Jewish people can be white or not. Like, in the religious sense, you can be anything you want, but there's a lot of ethnicities of Judaism that are more Middle Eastern-esque. Like, if you speak Israeli too, it's much more Middle Eastern, but a lot of Jewish culture comes originally from Eastern Europe, or like, is rooted in Eastern Europe, and so there are a lot of white Jews as well. So yes, there are Jews can be white and also not. So.
Low effort Anna, not on camera. So I had an accident yesterday. I kind of pulled my muscle when I was at the gym working out, trying to get in shape for this swimsuit calendar. And one of the things that happened was when I was on this, this is going to sound terrible. It's like one of those, like, I don't want to say it, one of those glutes working out, lifting weights. So you lay on a bench that's kind of bent in the middle. And I'm so fucking short that I had to lean back, and when I lifted up the machine, I pulled a muscle, like I pulled my hamstring, and it really hurt. But at the same time, my head bobbed because I pulled the muscle and then I let go of the weights wrong, and my head bobbed and like hit the bench, and I bit my lip. Ooh. So I have like this. It didn't break it. It's just really bruised. I put makeup on it, but it's swollen. Yeah, it's really fucking swollen. And I put my makeup on, so if you saw me in person, you couldn't tell. Like Peaches said that he's like, oh, it's completely gone. You can't see it. But you can really see it on camera. And the more makeup I added, it just tended to make it look bigger.
Storm into the party like my name
but
is
it's really bruised and stuff, so it looks like somebody punched me in the face, but really I'm just an idiot and I pulled my muscle and I was in pain.
Well, I know watching you back in high school, never showing up when we had to. It's attention that we crave. Don't tell us to behave. I'm sick of always. It's Fat Lip, the song. Anyway, casualty of society. I never fall.
I know that song. I love that song. Russell, thank you for the super chat. That was not as valid as I hope. Oh my gosh, Russell Hall, you were right. You are the epitome of intelligence, and we will always defer to you for our Jewish knowledge as compared to Jessi the Jew.
Russell, let me tell you a story. I'm rereading the series of teen romance, not romance, like teen young adult novels, vaguely vampire novels, that I really enjoy.
Twilight?
Nope, it's Vampire Academy. I love those books. I don't care. I'm actually kind of gleaning inspiration because I am eventually I'm gonna sit down and finish some of my novels.
I love this Anna getting hurt is such an Anna thing. I know, thanks.
There's a character that I've rediscovered in it though, and I'm like, it's you, Russell Hall. It's you, and it's so lovely. You'd appreciate that I thought of you, and I wanted you to know that.
Oh, Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. That's better. All right.
Thank you. That's what you
good.
That makes sense. God. Yes, you remind me of a vampire in a teen young adult thingy novel.
I want you all to know that I am, you guys say I'm low effort. This is actually high effort. I haven't been to the gym in like 8 years. So you're welcome. I'm trying to like up my game for the swimsuit, even though it's going to be video games and then swimsuit. But I got to take all the swimsuit ones during summer because one of them I need to go on location and like get in the actual fucking water, which is going to be terrifying. But yeah.
I'm just looking at this tweet up here, this Amanda attack on you, and I'm just like laughing again at how like, oh yeah, because you don't believe, because she doesn't believe the things I believe, she therefore must believe the polar opposites.
That's exactly it. It gets worse. Frederick Landon, thank you for the super chat. Anna is shot in the neck, no problem. Working out, gets a black eye. Yeah,
not a black eye, a fat lip. Come on.
Fat lip. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? It's just I get into accidents sometimes. I'm just accident prone. I'm clumsy. Everyone's like, how are you still alive? And I'm like, I don't know.
I think this is your secret. I think you actually you have to maintain your toughness. So you got to like beat yourself. If you're not getting beaten up by the world, you got to find ways to like get yourself beaten up by the world so that you maintain that thick shell, you know, and that tough, like, physically tough skin because you get it cut open all the time.
Nice to see you here. Drink malt liquor. Dude, I would throw up if I drank that. I'm such a pussy when it comes to drinking stuff.
Well, if you don't want to play Edward 40 Hands, you can come to my 1-7 live stream tomorrow where I will be playing Jessi Saber Hands, and I'm going to be taping fencing sabers to my hands and trying to make the bed. It's gonna.
Are you drinking malt liquor?
It might help, honestly. I'll probably smoke a lot of weed, that's for sure.
Russell Hall, thank you for that. How big was the vampire's wiener?
We haven't gotten to that part yet. It's not like super explicit. It's a little. It's probably too chaste for you. These books are probably too chaste for your taste, Russell. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you, Russell. Well, okay. I just want to make a comment based on this. So I was on EFAP last Saturday, and I finally told them the bullet story. Because I had mentioned it like right before I left last time I was on EFAP. So they waited like a year for this. And so I started telling them the story, and then they asked me stuff. And I'm like, I was a kid and I blocked out a lot of these memories. Like I don't have exact details from over 20 years ago, you know? And so I was reading some of the comments because usually people don't like me on EFAP because I don't talk very much. And so I was reading some, and like, so many people are just like, Anna's a liar. That's a cis. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, don't you know me at all? If that was a cis, I would have tried to cut that shit out and like squeezed it. How much I love Dr. Pimple Popper. Like I would have been all about that. But they're like, she's a liar. And I'm like, why the fuck would I lie about that? Why would I ever make something up like that? I guess they find me so hard to believe, but somebody was like writing like all of this medical reasons how that couldn't be possible. And
it's very possible. It's like not that uncommon to like leave. I mean, bullet wounds, to leave small pieces of non-lethal shrapnel, you know, people get splinters under their skin all the time that heal under, and eventually the wood disintegrates. But if it's metal, obviously it's not going to disintegrate. Shit like that happens. It's not that weird, honestly. You meet people all the time who have a spot of graphite under their skin from a time they stabbed themselves with a pencil and it healed over, and now they have a piece of graphite stuck in their palm for the rest of their fucking life. It's a piece of metal under their skin. Oh my god.
I know. But yeah, they're just like going off about how I'm a terrible person because I'm lying about that. And I'm like, motherfucker, like I had to get one of those like like that intense body scan back when I was in the hospital, and they even commented on it. And they're like, she sets off metal detectors. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes I do, depending on how strong they are. But I mean, considering this thing has been in there for over 20 years and it has all this scar tissue built up around it. And I even said, I'm like, they comment on it. Like whenever I go like on an airplane and I have to go through the full body scans, I mean, I'm sure that they have some training now because it used to be a lot before. Like when the first time I went to Hawaii, they were like, what the heck? And I think now they're not allowed to say something to you. Because they're like, we can't like offend someone that, you know, got shot and whatnot. But it's like, I don't know, like people just going out of their way. And I'm like, you really have never watched my channel because you don't even know half the shit that's weird about me. Seriously. I just felt like I should chime that in. But so somebody commented because people were obviously, after I tweeted that, and I post the links even though she blocked me, because you can still get links to tweets if you're blocked through incognito mode, which is fun. And so I grabbed the links and I posted it, which is right here. And so somebody was defending me, which is very nice. Anna hates politics. You get that right, because this is after she called Lofty Pixels a Nazi because he worked for the Quartering, and that the Quartering is a Nazi. If anything, she's more left-leaning from living in San Fran. And then she chimes in, she's not political, but all her videos are titled "The Woke Are Ruining Blank, Cancel Culture, and Alt-Right Ideologies." She's part of Comicsgate. Comments, SGWs are crying, and works for alt-right the Quartering. Don't try to play it off that she doesn't know who she is. And my response was, bitch, say what? Oh no, my screen's frozen. God damn it.
Isn't it amazing when you find out through all these people who you work for, like who your boss is?
I know. Well,
Crazy. Man, I had no idea you worked for the Quartering. I also had no idea the Quartering was alt-right. That's news to me too.
Well, so I was like, yo, Quartering, apparently I work for you. Would have been cool if you would have let me know. Sorry for being the worst employee ever, as I've never done any work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I like showed more of like this guy defending me, because it's nice when, I mean, I don't ask any of you guys, you did no requirement for you guys to defend me. I can defend myself just fine. But like,
it gives us the warm and fuzzies when you do that.
Well, no, it's like this guy actually watches my content, because it's like that has nothing to do with anything. Like calling Anna alt-right, right wing is still hilarious. You're a person that thinks that if they don't 100% agree with me on every topic, they must be right wing. There's barely any right or left wing. It's just people in the middle that all think differently and wish people would get that. Yeah, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's like, you should ask Jeremy for a paycheck. I know, I'm going to hit it. Well, I sent it to Lofty Pixels, and he's just like, yo, Anna, I've been stealing your paycheck.
Right? I'm just like, bro, yeah. I'd be like, where's my money? And also, is there anything you want me to actually do for this employment position I apparently have?
Yeah. No, even people are like, yo, Anna has a no politics role, and she's never broken it.
Yep. To the point where I tell people, I use that when I'm talking to the people who are streaming, and they're like, how do I, my chat, and my this and that? I'm like, I use you as the example. I'm like, Anna was very rabidly, virulently anti-politics, and to the point where she'd shut it down. She'd nip it in the bud anytime it came up in the chat, in the discussion, anywhere like that. And now she doesn't have to be, because everybody who comes here knows that already. The core people know it. And you watch the chat. I watch the chat all the time when someone comes in and wants to start shit or bring it up or this, or try to get your attention about something political. The whole chat is on them in a second being like, yo, that's not what we're about here. And that's just like, you lay down the law. You just let people know what you expect of them in your community. And if you do that, if you put it out there, it's nice, because then it's like, it's not like you have to run around every show and be like, I hate politics, blah, blah, blah. You put it out there. Like you said, you're very public about it. And then people just, that's why it's so baffling when someone wants to blow you up like this and try to claim that you're some sort of alt-right Nazi chick when you have so organically cultivated an apolitical community.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I was dual streaming when I was on EFAP, and I was painting at the same time. And like somebody came in and started like talking about they're like, oh, Anna doesn't discriminate if you're like a Democrat or if you're like right or the Republican or libertarian. And I was like, I don't even like, why are you bringing that up? That literally has I'm painting. Like, if you want to go have a political conversation, go to any other stream.
There are people for that.
Let's see. Let's see. That Star Wars Girl did one live stream with the Quartering right after Gina Carano was fired, and they discussed it with over a dozen others, including Quarter Blackyard. Was Quarter Blackyard on there? I didn't talk about politics, though. Like, I talked about Disney and, like, the stuff that was going on there, but I don't... Here's the thing. If I'm on another person's channel, I don't care what their politics are, and they can say whatever they want. I'm going to say what I want. And just because somebody else that I was on a stream with maybe said something political, that doesn't mean I agree with them.
Exactly.
You know? And I'm not going to get into a political debate in public. If you want to talk, if you ever meet me in person and you want to talk about politics, you'll see how immediately uninterested I am in the conversation. But it's just, yeah, I was on that stream and I don't remember ever talking about politics. And my dog wants in. I hear two little scratches.
I just to point out, Alexander the Great is the most dedicated troll, because he goes to everybody's channel and he finds out what he thinks is going to annoy that person the most, and he tailors his messages completely to whatever he knows will troll the person the best. So like he's always in my shit with puns incessantly, constantly.
Who is this?
Without fail, Alexander the Great, and he's in there being like, "And I've never seen Star Trek." So motherfucker is just like it's irritating because every time I read your puns, I die a little bit on the inside. But it's also touching that you go out of your way to tailor your comments to each one of us. So thank you, Alexander the Great. I still hate you for all the puns, but I appreciate the effort. Let's put it that way.
I like this. For someone who claims I've talked to Anna, Amanda got all her facts wrong. Yeah, fucking seriously,
Talking
right?
at somebody is not the same as having a conversation with them.
I know, and she didn't even interact with me. But here's the thing, but I'm blocked because I am the troll here. I'm like, the only person that I see that's a troll is the person that's going around and making accusations against people with absolutely, like, no ground to stand on. So I have this pulled up. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Does it feel good when a blue check mark slides into your thread and like you don't even see them, but like they sit there fighting with you, just your followers? Like, how unimportant, are these people? Like, but they think they're so important. They want to be so important. She doesn't have this blue check mark because Twitter handed it out to her. She had the blue check mark because she realized she checked all the boxes to apply for one and went and got herself one because it was important to have one. She wanted that kind of validation, and it's like that. So the kind of person exactly who like is, I blocked her because we had some conversations and blah. I'm like, bitch, tell the truth. You blocked her because you added her, you came at her, and she didn't have the fucking time of day for you, and you didn't like what her followers had to say, so you fucked off. Like, call it like it is. You're upset that people who actually have intelligent conversations about these subjects don't have the time of day for people like you who don't.
Yeah, I just think that it's ironic. But so she's actually jumping the gun because, again, her boyfriend is a co-host with Frosk. So this is the chick that's calling us Nazis, everyone. But okay, so then this person, because obviously these are different tweets, so they're like asking for the context, and they're like, I'd like to see some background here because they posted a screenshot of her saying that she blocked me, and I'm like, here's the receipts. Here's the receipts. Here you go. Because unlike SJWs and weirdos that call other people Nazis on Twitter, I actually will go and fact check it and find out that information. So if you're going to go call me a troll behind a block button and you're going to talk shit behind a block button, I'm going to go look into this. And it's actually very easy to do advanced search if you know how to do it. And it was very simple, and that's how I found it.
I just want to clarify. Some Twitter will just hand you a blue check mark if they realize who you are and they verify, like, oh, you are this person, you have a blue check mark. But you can also, if you meet the criteria, you can send to them, be like, hey, I'm a person who should have a blue check mark. And if they decide that you meet their criteria, they're like, yeah, okay, here you go. So there are certain people who've just, got an email one day, hey, do you want a blue check mark? Because you are this person, we know that you are. And they're like, cool. Or it just appears on their profile. And there are other people like this bitch who are like, I want one, and go after it. So just want to clarify. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, I actually got a notification that I was eligible for a blue check mark, and I didn't fill out the form because I didn't want to give them my ID.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, I was like, it probably would be convenient, but then I'm like, God, I would get so many more fucking trolls, actually. So yeah, it's gonna be, I don't know. I've debated, should I do it? Should I not do it? But I don't know. I don't really want to. I mean, it would be cool to like have. I want it on Instagram more than I want it on
instead, because like that's more of like a useful platform for the stuff you're doing, especially with the cosplay,
Well, Instagram would be better because there's a lot of spam accounts there, and if you don't have a verification, they don't even go to check it. And so I get people that comment on my art Instagram, and they'll just be like, "Oh, go follow this account," and they'll promote you. And I get that on my regular one too. So if I had a verification there, anytime I reported like the spam bots, it would actually get taken care of. So yeah,
that would be handy. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Maybe after I publish a couple things, then maybe I could use that to get verified on Instagram. I heard Instagram is like the hardest one to get verified on if you're not paying someone. So
yeah,
we will see. I know.
That makes
what
sense.
do you guys think? Should I apply for verification on Twitter, or should I just not jump in the blue check mark crowd?
If you want to go the route on Instagram, talk to my friend Lindsay, because I think she has one on there, almost positive, and she also probably knows people. So.
Oh yeah, I don't have any of her contact information.
I can always hook you up. She is on. There's a dating app that's like just first, like you have to be verified, and it's like for celebrities only, and she's on it. She she once like paid extra to super like Nathan Fillion, but he did not match with her, so she was sad.
Nathan Fillion is on it? I thought he was married.
At this point, I guess not. It was some years ago now.
Russell, thank you for the super chat. Go to the doctor. No.
What for?
I don't want to go to the doctor.
It's the hamstring strain or tear or whatever.
Yeah, it feels better now. They have like a hydro massage bed, and so I just laid there and had a full body. It's just like where you lay on a bed and it blasts water at you. And it goes like up and down your body and whatnot. So I got that done, and yeah, let me see.
I saw Russell was once again underwhelmed by my response to his question about the vampire's dick. I'll amend my answer for you, Russell. It is exactly like yours is. There.
Let's see. Russell, I'll read that one because I missed it. That was not validating as I hoped. Oh, I'm sorry. Revenge of the Netherrealm.
I appreciated the comedy, the repetition in the comedy. I just wanted you to know, Russell. I appreciated you.
Thank you for the member chat. Member for 17 months. Thank you. You should just piss off the Twitter weirdos. You know, I don't even try to. That's the funny thing is like, I feel like if I tried to piss people off, it wouldn't work, but I just tweet and they go fucking crazy. And so I'm getting back into doing YouTube videos because all I have to do now is wait for the freaking calendars to come in, and then they will start shipping out to everyone. I had to explain to this the other day, Jessi. So, you know how our country kind of has like these lockdowns and things, and like there's all these boats that are sitting off the coasts waiting to get into harbors. The binding for my calendar, because my calendar's been done. I sent in the order back in December. The binding is sitting off a boat or on a boat off the coast.
God damn it.
And I literally was on the phone with like the boat, and I'm like, can I hire a mini boat to come out to your big boat and get my merchandise off of your big boat, and we can take that back to shore and get it to the print shop? And they're like, no, that's illegal. And I'm like, but it's paid for. But that's my product. And they're like, no, because if we do this for you, then I'll do it for everyone, and you need all these permits. And I called around the docks, and I was like, can you guys go? And you know how much I hate talking to humans. And I'm like, I'm not a Karen, but I'm determined. And I'm just like, I was as nice as possible. I'm like, I will pay you whatever you want. I just needed these weeks ago. And they are sitting on a boat waiting to get into the dock. Yeah, Anna Express with a pirate flag.
Oh, that would be great. If you ever need to do piracy, please. Anna, the one thing that would make me not want to be your friend anymore is if you engaged in piracy and did not invite me.
Well, I mean, the only problem is it's, I mean, if it wasn't too far away from me, I would get on a fucking boat myself and go out there and go pick up, because it's literally just the binding that they need to put these fucking calendars together. It's just that. And so I was on the phone with other like print shops asking them if they had the specific binding and if I could buy, you know, it off of them. So I was trying to pull some hardcore magic and it didn't work.
I'm sorry.
I tried though. I want everyone to know how fucking hard I tried to get that stuff back faster. I was basically the mom in Home Alone trying to get home.
Ha! I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I can picture it too. I can totally picture it.
I really fucking tried, but yeah.
Too, I do have a cutlass. You're right. I do have a pirate sword. I have a cutlass at home.
They're saying, Anna, you're small. You could sneak on the boat. I would have done it myself. That's the thing. Because even like actually it was funny because one of the guys that I talked to that had like a boat that could go out to sea that was licensed and whatnot for moving product and whatnot. I was like, okay, but he's like, we can't board and we can't get goods from the boat because that's illegal for us. And I was like, what if I did it? Like, what if I just came on your boat and I got all the stuff? And he's like, man, that would be illegal. And I was like, why? Why is this so hard?
Why can't I come get my stuff? Yeah.
I know. It's like, I already paid for it. It belongs to me. Can I just like, and
yeah.
This one guy was nice. And he's like, do you go to the post office and like intercept your mail before like the mailman delivers it to you, miss? And I was like, no, because I don't know where the mailman is.
But if I did, you can be damn sure that there are times that I would
do it.
absolutely go intercept my mailman and make sure I get my fucking mail when I need it. Also, that is a thing. Like, you do that. Like, if you ran into your mailman and they knew it was you, there's no reason
they'd
to
give it
give
to
your
you.
mail. Like, also, if you go to the post office before your mail has gone out on the delivery route and they have it there, they will just give you your mail. Like, that is a thing. Like, that was a terrible comparison because that's just wrong.
Well, he was older, but he would be nice. Russell, thank you for the super chat. December, when was that? I don't even know anymore. Russell,
he was also your cancer boogers. What if you got your cancer boogers looked at?
Oh, I did not. Russell, thank you for the super chat. Whatever happened to those cancer boogers anyway? No, I have like a growth inside my nose that whenever I, if it itches sometimes, and if I scratch it, it starts bleeding.
Yeah,
so yeah, I have a little polyp, however you pronounce it, in my nose, which I probably should get looked at, but I don't want to.
You should definitely get it looked at.
I should, but I don't want to. Patrick T, thank you for the super chat. How am I supposed to know what day it is? I don't even know what day it is. I've been at this forever. Steel Worldwide, thank you for the compliment. Those jugs are magic. Well, thank you. If you know what, maybe if I was in person, they would let me get it off the boat. I would just wear a very low cut top.
There you go.
Maybe it would work. Maybe that was the key. Maybe I should just go row out to that damn boat myself and ask.
I can get in shape by swimming laps to the boat for the stuff.
No, they're sharks. It's the ocean. Fuck that shit.
There you go.
Russell, thank you for the Anna really wants to plunder that booty.
I
just want damn things so I can get all of this shit out of my house. I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm buried in boxes for shipping, and I have all these prints and stuff, and I just need it out of my house because pieces have been buried. And all I need is the damn binding for these freaking calendars so I can send them out.
I lived in a mountain of boxes in our old apartment before we got ceiling sold out. We literally called it Box Mountain.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Let's see. Well, I am all caught up in super chats, and we've gone an hour and 36 minutes, which is under the time that we usually go. But those were all the topics that I wanted to talk about. Basically, Peter Dinklage is wrong. The Shang-Chi being an Oscar nominee is stupid. Oh, let me do a poll for this. What should the poll for this be?
Is who's hotter, Frosk or Olivia Munn?
Okay. Well, it doesn't really have anything to do with any of these.
I don't care. It's fine. Who's hotter, Anna or Amanda?
No, I'll do
it. Do it.
No shit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna ask if I should get a blue check mark and get on these people's level.
That's a reasonable one. That's a better, probably more logical statement to make.
I mean, I have more followers and I get better engagement than this chick does, and I don't have a blue check mark.
Fun thing. So Jeff, again, I believe is planning on doing a big old Oscar stream for them Oscars, getting drunk and picking it apart. But for those who are interested in actually having a filmy discussion, I know we all hate it and it's terrible, blah, blah, blah. But I just happen to know Richard Chu, who edited Star Wars, and he's willing to come back again to do another Oscar stream. So I am working on that. It'll probably be that Oscar Sunday leading up as a little like aperitif to the bullshitters rollicking Oscars Eve. But yeah, stay tuned for that because that is pretty fun. I mean, this guy literally edited some of the greatest movies ever made. So it's pretty cool to get to talk to him about movies. So yeah.
When is that? When is the Oscars this year?
End of March.
What the hell is this? Jay Hayes, thank you for that. You can produce your own
bindery
Bindery
glue from animal fat.
animal
Yeah,
fat?
just you go just like melt down some pig hooves or something.
I'm
yeah.
not. No, it's not glue. It's like it's not spiral bound, but it has like a specific. I showed it in the last live stream that I did. So there's a little hook or a loop in the middle to hang it on the wall, and so
thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
McCoy.
But it's fancy schmancy. These are big calendars. They're 11 by 17. So you guys should all
God
be.
dang, that is really cool. That's just like a really neat thing because it's like that's a whatchamacallit, a neat little poster size. So you really can display it nicely.
All right. So do you think that people voted I should get a blue check mark or I shouldn't?
I think this is going to be the most divided poll we've seen so far.
Oh my God, you're right. Okay, which side are you on? Should I apply for it or no?
I think chase Instagram. Don't worry about Twitter.
Okay. Russell, thank you for that. Poll. How big of a scandal would it be if I turned out the person behind Tifa in the Italian vid was actually Yellow Flash and he was mining truffles?
Oh dear.
Oh my God, now that is great. I really hope that that's true. Wow, 11 by 17. Yeah, I'm not kidding. These are big.
Ooh.
And the prints are big. The prints are 11 by 17.
You know what you should do for a cosplay calendar? I don't know if you've
What?
thought of doing it because you do a great job of these. Is do the like sexy version of like what would be the male characters, like do a like a lady, like a sexy Darth Vader kind of thing, and that I think that'd be a fun like series to do.
Wait, I'm confused. Like,
So,
just
like-
do those.
Like do what would be like do the gender bent version and be like, if you want a gender
Oh.
swap, here you go. Sexy Darth Vader, sexy Obi-Wan. I don't know. It doesn't have to always Star Wars, obviously, but like sexy Indiana Jones. That would work. Actually, it'd be a really cool one. But yeah, that'd be fun. Or maybe don't do that and I will. So there you go. That'll be mine.
Thank you for the let me see. Thank you, Christopher Stanley, for I think you donated on Streamlabs. Let me see if I can pull that up and see what you said. I got an email. I don't even have my Streamlabs up.
I think what I'm saying, Anna, is maybe I should just do an entire 12, different pictures spread of me as sexy Han Solo.
There you go. It doesn't come up here. Well, thank you. I don't know if you said anything. Borg Pork, thank you, super chat. I heard Mr. Young
Do you want me to
said.
sing this one?
Yeah.
I heard Mr. Young sing about Rogan. I heard old Neil put Joe down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. Spotify don't need him around anyhow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Neil Young thing.
That was the other topic that I fucking forgot about. That was fucking funny. We can do that in a quick epilogue. Did you hear about this?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I mean, like, look.
Let's tell everyone. So Neil Young basically told. Let me see if I can find something on Twitter so I can share that. Do you want to tell everyone what happened while I look this up?
Yeah, so Joe Rogan just got this huge Spotify contract to get all his shit on there and all that, and yay for him.
$100 million.
Yeah, it's a hefty, it's a pretty price tag. And Neil Young is clearly jealous. But anyway, he also doesn't like Joe Rogan's opinions about COVID treatments and has responded by saying, pull my music off of Spotify. You can't have it. I'm like, that's such a bitch move from I think Jeff sent me a meme on it. Oh yeah.
I got it.
Jeff sent me the meme. There you go. Jeff sent me one from Jurassic Park with Neil Young's face on the Dodson. Hey everyone, Neil Young is removing his music for Spotify. See, nobody cares. Hey, Andy McCallum, what's up, my dude? And yeah, it's just like, look, I honestly am in the camp of I don't think Joe Rogan has any fucking business. I don't think people outside of the medical or scientific profession have any business acting like an authority on medicine.
Well, that's the thing, he hasn't. He doesn't act like an authority. I watch his podcast.
I also I don't like that he freely offers his opinions on things that I don't think his opinions are offering on. But that's at the same time, it's also like it's a one very, very minor, tiny underrepresented feature of a guy who has done incredible work as a podcaster, has brought amazing information to light, has done wonderful interviews, and has really shed light on multiple facets of human culture. And so, okay, I don't care for that either, but I don't. It's not worth throwing a hissy fit about. It's the kind of thing where if I'm talking about Joe Rogan, I might bring it up, and that's about it. And it's like, that's fine. I'm allowed to dislike something about Joe Rogan. It's cool, but if you're gonna respond, fucking go write a song about why you feel that strongly. Fucking go write a song about what you think, why you think Joe Rogan is the devil or evil or this shit. Don't fucking respond with oh, my little power move literally means nothing because people don't even remember who you are anymore, Neil Young, dude.
I know.
It's and all your songs sound the same. So,
well, no, I think it's just funny because it's like what 100 million people watch Joe Rogan and only like 6 million people listen to, or 600,000 people listen to Neil Young. And it's like, yeah, I wonder who Spotify's going to pick.
Joe Rogan's Spotify contract is worth more than Neil Young's entire musical catalog. Like,
let me see. There's a couple other things that I wanted to show you. Oh, God damn it. Come on.
And this is, by the way, this is kind of a person who likes Neil Young just fine. Like, I don't dislike Neil Young's music at all.
Look at what Kevin Costner said about Amber Heard.
Oh my God! When you broke
up with him for a day or two, though it didn't take you long to find your way into my trailer naked, though, did it?
Oh shit! Oh my God! That's fucking epic. That's
Kevin Costner's the GOAT.
Did this just happened?
Well, this news came out like a week or two ago. Well, but he said this.
Him saying this just happened. Like, yeah. God damn. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, good for you, Kevin Costner. Get that crazy pussy.
Yeah. And then here's another thing that just came up. Brothers beat stepfather to death for sexually abusing 9-year-old sister.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one. I think those brothers should absolutely get off. They're fine. They didn't do anything wrong. They're the heroes of the story.
No.
Yeah, they're the fucking heroes here.
Take the handcuffs off these boys right now.
Exactly. The fuck you got cuffs on these kids for? They're goddamn heroes. They saved their goddamn sister's life and future. So good. I'll bet their consciences are clean.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't feel guilty at all. Andy McCallum, thank you for the super sticker, and it's a black kitty cat. Thank you. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Neil Young is no Vince Neil. Oh my goodness. I think I saw another one come in. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. I hope Kevin Costner doesn't get throat cancer. Oh God, I don't think he fucked her. His wife is like way prettier than Amber Heard. I don't think he would cheat on his wife for Amber Heard.
Him calling that out like that sounds like he's fucking shaming her, like she threw herself at him and he turned her down. Yeah. Like, I don't think he'd be calling her out or bragging if he tapped that.
Yeah.
But maybe, who knows? I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think Kevin banged her? I don't think so.
Now, if he did, he got blackmail, and that's why he can say whatever he wants now. So, because the thing is, you don't run your mouth, you don't hit crazy and then run your mouth about crazy if you don't have a leash on crazy. That's just how I would.
Oh, he always cheated on his wife with masseuses years ago? All right, maybe then he did. I don't know. I wouldn't.
Maybe hit that pussy.
Russell, thank you for that. He never said he didn't. That's true.
Russell, we know you would hit that pussy.
This is going to be the final poll. Did Kevin bang her?
I think a secondary poll to think about is Amber Heard pussy too crazy for Russell Hall? He could just answer that himself if he wants to. I want to know. I'm trying to get to know you better, Russell. I feel like you and I have a lot in common. We could become very, very good friends, but there's still some important things I need to know about you, like what your line of crazy is when it comes to Snatch. So I just feel like these are fundamentally,
All right. Well, to be fair, like, did they know all this crazy shit about her? Or is it like just some naked chick in his trailer that wants to bang him?
Hot chick who was like, Johnny Depp beat me and dumped me, and I need you to fuck me so I feel validated. I mean,
I don't know. I saw those like spank bank pictures of her, and I'm like, why is every man losing their mind over this? All right. Well, Jessi, is there anything you want to plug before we end this? Because I'll have you plug all your stuff, and I'll plug my stuff, and then I'll check the poll, and then we will say goodbye.
Yeah, I got some awesome programming coming up on 17 Live, so I'm going to be throwing on doing a stream in just a little bit right over here, playing some music, singing some songs, saying hello to everybody since I've been away for a minute. And tomorrow, actually, is an exciting stream, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm taping fencing sabers to my hands and trying to fold some laundry because it's fun for me and hopefully for you. So definitely join me for that tomorrow. And then next Tuesday, I'm going to be taking y'all on a hike on 17 Live and then playing some music at the top of a mountain. So that'll be fun. That's all going on. And that's that. Mostly go there, 17 Live, and check out Milestone Fencing Studio on YouTube. I'll be updating that again shortly with things because it turns out I'm apparently really good at coaching fencing, and I'm going to start exploiting that talent more. So stay tuned.
There you go. Russell Hall, thank you for that. Damn right I'd hit it. Allow me to mansplain how it works. Amber Heard is crazy, but she's probably has otherworldly muscle control. Yeah, that's what It's a Gundam was saying. He's like, that's why Johnny Depp probably stayed with her. He's like, she probably fucks you so good that you can see like new colors.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear isn't that the thing? Isn't like the crazy to whatever, the hot to crazy ratio or whatever thing. Well, isn't that you? Didn't you invent that?
Yeah, I own that video according to YouTube. So, Annie McCallum, thank you for the super chat. I'm crazy. Jessi can confirm.
But you also, as far as I know, do not have a pussy, so we can't talk about your crazy snatch. Is there like a comparable term for like psycho dick? Like I don't know. I guess like the wrong type of guy. Like, are you the wrong type of guy, Andy? I mean, you could be dark and mysterious. You could definitely pull off dark and mysterious.
Andy McCallum.
Yeah, he has a great accent. I don't know if you've heard him talk yet. He is this like he was born in the UK, but he's lived most of his life in Scotland, so it's a bit of a blend in between. A lot of people always ask if he's Welsh when he's on. Everyone's like, "Is he Welsh?" And I'm like, but yeah, he's like sort of a little bit of a UK blended accent going on. It's just very pleasant to listen to. I love those kinds of accents. Oh.
Interesting. Wow.
I should have him and Andy from the UK on at the same time, and they can be British together.
There you go. Well, let me share some things. So if you guys don't know, I have an art channel and then a live channel. So I re-upload all of these live streams, like the one me and Jessi are currently in the middle of, up onto my secondary channel, that's Star Wars Girl Live. So if you guys go onto the channel section, you guys can go over to my live channel and you can see like all of the streams that I have done. There's a few that I don't re-upload just because people fuck with those streams, so I'm like, I'm not even gonna mess with it. Oh, look, my old hair. But look, there's me and Jessi. But so if you guys want to go rewatch any of my past live streams, go to that Star Wars Girl Live, and that's where you guys can check them out. And then on here, of course, I have my other channels linked as well, and I have a art YouTube channel where I do live streams and I do paintings, and so I do very long painting streams, and you guys can go check that out if you missed them. I have an art Instagram if you guys want to just watch the short videos of me painting for this project I'm working on called the Eye Project. It's been very fun. Jessi, this is Raging Rhino's eye.
Oh, neat. I see it. Yeah, totally see it.
And then I also have like a regular That Star Wars Girl Instagram where I'll be posting my more official cosplay photos there. So yeah, everyone, Jessi, thank you so much for being here co-hosting with me. We are almost down to the minute. Oh, it's 6:02, so I got to go. Any final words?
Thanks everyone for being here. You can find all my links on my link tree. Oh, yeah, and check out Mindless Mob on Discord because we just have a lot of fun there, being us and stuff.
There you go. And the poll came out. 52% said yes, that Kevin fucked her, and 48% said no.
All right. Well,
so it's pretty torn there.
Maybe,
but
we'll never know.
I'm gonna say that he didn't. I think that he didn't.
I say he did.
Okay, we are in the opposite. But everyone, this will be re-uploaded onto my secondary channel, that's Star Wars Girl Live, and come out sometime tomorrow. So go over to that channel and subscribe to it, so that way you guys never miss a live stream. And Jessi, any closing words?
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing the necklace you gave me.
I did notice. I got Jessi that necklace for her birthday. Everyone.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love these. I don't know if you noticed too. I did my eyeliner colors to match the different beads.
I did notice. It looks great. I'm glad that you like it.
Thank you. I love it. Thank you.
No problem. Well, everyone, go check out Jessi's stream. That's going to be on a little bit later. And yeah, so everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another video. Real, actual video, not stream. I'm coming back tomorrow about all this shit. And until next time, have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in. In the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off, I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She hasn't even been to Dagobah for training.